Ladies and gentlemen, here we are once again in Traverse City, Michigan. I'm Brian Lookabill with Keean White, founder of the Major League Show Jumping Tour. And of course, this is the second leg of the tour in its debut year in 2021. Last week, of course, we saw a great team event and a great Grand Prix on Sunday. Team winners last week were the Lucky Charms. We've already told you a little bit about how things were going to happen last night going into the second leg, but now they've all settled out. Team Eye Candy pulled out the win in that team competition in another exciting evening here in Traverse City, Michigan. So let's just talk about it real quick, what you thought of the second stop, what you thought of the competition itself. I think people are starting to get the hang of this.
Yeah, I thought leg two went great. Eye Candy was actually dominating so far, and we had a little upset. The Lucky Charms, who were on top, really had a rough go last night.
They sure did. They won it last week in decisive fashion, and of course would have gone into the league standings on top. They did so going into last night's event, but based on that performance last evening, of course, had a little bit of a drop down. Eye Candy with now, as you mentioned, a commanding lead, and we've got a three-way tie for second place as a result of the performance here last night. Diamond Devils, the Lucky Charms, and the Roadrunners in that three-way tie. How do you think that's going to really affect things going forward?
Well, it's interesting. The Roadrunners and Eye Candy are the only two teams who have made the jump off both weeks. And on the other side, Automy and AIM have yet to advance. So, from that standpoint, I'd say Roadrunners and Eye Candy have been the most consistent teams.
And, we might as well talk a little bit about why it matters so much. Obviously, each one of these competitions is an event unto itself, offers incredible prize money. It's a really fun format to compete in and to watch. But why does it matter? Now, we're in two legs, but we've got several more going forward. What's eventually going to happen as a result of these standings and points?
Yeah, so the tour is made up of 10 legs. Stage 10 takes place in California, and that's the final for the year. And it's also with double points. So at the end of the year, we'll name the champion of 2021, similar to the Stanley Cup winner or the Super Bowl winner. And that will be based on the overall point standing throughout the season, taking into account that final stage is worth double points. But, the way Eye Candy is going right now, this could be a foregone conclusion before we get there.
We'll see what happens, but we still have a long way to go. Of course, we've got a couple stops in Toronto. We'll be going to Mexico, of course, back here to Traverse City, and then out to California. So maybe we should sort of hone in on the next stop. That is a place that's near and dear to your heart, isn't it?
Yeah, so next stop is Toronto. It's actually the first time Eastern Canada has had a five-star competition. And we've got 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks of August. We've already got a sold-out crowd, so we're going to have an incredible atmosphere up there. And, Toronto's one of the best cities in the world. We're looking forward to hosting everyone. And, near and dear to my heart for sure, but I think everyone's going to really enjoy it.
All right. Well, for several years now, Keean has been producing events there with Angel Stone, and we're looking forward to that next leg happening there. It'll also be another two-stop portion of the tour this year. Is that correct?
Yeah, so we've got the first week. We have the team event taking place Saturday night. Under the lights, we'll have a sold-out crowd in the stadium, and the following week, Friday night team event, Saturday night Grand Prix. So we're in for some sort of a different field in Traverse City. I think that's kind of what's cool about the tour is you've got a lot of unique stops, and we're looking forward to it.
All right, well, we're looking forward to it as well. As you said, Team Eye Candy, based on their performance here over the last 2 weeks, including last night's win, going right to the top of the list in dominating fashion. We'll see how things play out. Once again, with several stops yet to go on the way to that California final there in Thermal. And as you mentioned, the double points available there. But we're really excited to see how everything plays out through the course of the rest of the year in an incredible format. I have to congratulate you guys for organizing this event. And I know that those who are watching, whether it be online or whether they're with us in one of these stops, is having a great time, as are the competitors each and every week.